What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Scar Entertainment video. What's going on? What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Feeling good.
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. Another day in the neighborhood. Just trying to.
I'm bringing the energy today.
Oh my
There you
God.
go.
I had a Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
You got your wings. Go ahead now.
Hey, Brandon. I like the way you got it set up now. Face all close. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Man, that's just coming from my laptop.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. That's
Sitting on my
nice on you.
couch from the laptop. That's all it
Oh, I
really
see.
is.
So another camera view. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much got to show all the angles.
I
If you
feel
know
you.
what
I
I'm
feel you.
saying.
I feel you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I
But
feel
what's
you.
up, man? So I know it's been a while. I know we've been talking more about football, but we're going to transition into something else that we've been wanting to talk about for so long, and it has been on a pause, but it's actually picking back up. Thank you, and middle finger to you, pandemic. Oh, COVID-19, I don't like you.
He ain't
But you
never
know what?
lied.
It's all good though. We're coming back to it, and it's amazing. It's exciting. I want to get into it, man. I want to start with DC, and I want to start off with the DC discuss the Crisis on Infinite Earth. We want to get into the Flash movie that just started recording not too long ago, or if it's not too long ago, it's just now starting to record. But everything is kind of tying in. But first things first, man. How are y'all feeling about what DC got going on so far? I know I have a couple things that I do want to talk about and I do want to read, but I just want to get some opinions on this first. What's happening, y'all?
I'll go. For me, I know DC has been very divisive since the Nolan trilogy ended, and they've been trying to make their own thing with between Man of Steel and BVS and Just League, Wonder Woman, Shazam, and all this stuff, and the Arrowverse down on CW, and then HBO or DC Universe before they became DC Infinite, and now they're on HBO Max. I know like everything is crazy, but for the most part, I'm very easy to please when it comes to comic book stuff, right? So I've enjoyed it. There's been some stuff I haven't enjoyed, like Swamp Thing or Suicide Squad. Um, and there's other things, but I've enjoyed it, so I don't think about them. But there's things that I've enjoyed more than others. Like I
Mhm.
really enjoyed Man of Steel. I really enjoyed Batman vs Superman, the extended cut. Um, I enjoy Just League more than others. I enjoy Wonder Woman more than others. Uh, or Wonder Woman 2. I love Wonder Woman 1 is amazing. Um, but I
Wonder
feel
Woman 2 is it's out there if people want to see it.
yeah, there's that. Um, so
Good way to put it.
yeah, that's a way. I know her real feelings.
I
So
love it.
yeah. So for me, I know all of us watch the CW shows, and from Arrow to Black Lightning, which Black Lightning is amazing. If you're not watching Black Lightning, it's the last season. You gotta watch that show. Um, those,
Last season.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah, this is the last season.
Oh, that
Yeah,
hurts. Okay, go ahead.
this
Sorry.
is the last. No, you're fine. This is the last season with Supergirl last season. Batwoman, um, just recast as Ryan Wilder now as Batwoman. So like I enjoy it. Some things more than others, but I do enjoy where it's going. And yeah. So yeah, I enjoy it for the most part. Herb, what's your feelings on the DC everything around?
Well, like you were saying, in the last like 3 years, they've done so much, and they're like, I think like they finally have direction
Hmm.
because they were all over the place, like the app, HBO Max, everything just all over. And I think they're starting to get directors, and they have a vision now. I think they know where they're going, which this is what we're here. We're going to talk about where they're going.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Diverse
Okay,
sense.
okay,
There you
okay,
go. And
So
that's what I'm
okay.
talking about. Yeah. So that's kind of what I want to touch bases on as well too. So one thing I appreciate the most about the DC universe is that they want to do better. So what are they going to do? Is that they're going to do better.
yes,
Right.
So I feel like their saving grace, in my opinion, is HBO and HBO Max. Content creator, chief of content officer, Casey Bloys, kind of explores that. I'm just kind of reading what he told the Warner Media. In the past, with the CW, DC would run on the CW, Warner Brothers, would do films, but there wasn't a lot of overlap or coordination. Sorry. Um, he also says, and a big thing going forward for Warner Media and DC specifically is having everybody involved in DC talking. So pretty much, what does that mean, right? Everything that we're going to see on DC on HBO Max, the everything that we see on the CW, and anything that we see, DC moving forward, they're all going to know about each other. They're all going to be entangled. They're all going to be intertwined. It will be like pretty much corresponding with each other. It reminds me of the Marvel Agents of Shield, right? With the TV show, if there was a movie occurrence, they kind of played it into the TV show. I appreciate it, but I feel like DC is going to do a whole lot better with it. Um, Kind of speaking, I know I just spoke on the Flash. We kind of saw that a little bit as well too, right? I'm sorry, the Infinite Earths on the
Right,
CW,
right, right.
where we saw the gentleman in the movie The Flash met with the gentleman in the TV show The Flash. So with all of that being said, y'all, I mean, how are y'all? What are y'all thoughts on that? Do you think that that is a more exciting? It's a turn of events for DC. Do you feel like it's going to be the same regardless? What's going on, Herb? I want to start with you, man.
Well, like I said, it's a turn of events over here. Like they're actually, you know, they're going to talk to each other and put better product out there.
Hmm.
Like you said, same thing that Marvel did, except they have more shows so they can expand on stories. Like Marvel only had Agents of Shield to tie into the movies,
Hmm.
where these guys have about 5 or 6 shows. They're going to have Stargirl. They have Batwoman. You know, so if they're all talking to each other and have the same vision, it's way more exciting because you have more to watch. Like you're
Yeah.
not watching Batgirl and like then you jump into Stargirl and you're like completely different things. They might kind of cross a little bit.
Yeah.
So like if you're a fan of all this stuff, you get more
Hmm.
out of more shows.
Hmm.
You don't feel like you're like someone watches Stargirl, but they don't watch Batgirl. Like you feel like you're missing something.
Right.
A little bit.
So
Yeah.
like so by everybody working together and having a direction, I
Yeah.
think us as fans benefit from getting better stories and just a bigger world.
And not only that, better entertainment as well too, right? And
Right,
it
right.
and it kind of forces, like you mentioned, because I want to go into sorry, Damo, before I go to you.
No, you're
So
fine.
it's kind of like myself, right? I watch Stargirl, I watch The Flash, I watch, Black Lightning. I don't watch Batwoman. So if I stop watching, if I don't watch that, I feel like I'm gonna miss something, right? And
Right.
then I'm gonna be
Right,
going to y'all talking about, all right, y'all, what's going on?
right,
But they're kind of like forcing the audience to, if you really want to know that backstory, watch the TV show because it's in that story. We've built it
hmm
into that story. If you want to know the story about this, watch this movie. We've built it into the movie. Damo, how do you feel about that?
You know, on both of your points. I'm sorry, Brandon's point. One of the best things Marvel has going because their stuff isn't as divisive. They're talking points, right? So
Hmm.
like you want to talk about it. You want DC stuff. You don't like me and her. We watch everything. Me and Brandon, we watch all this stuff. But you can't get everybody that watches it, right? So you want to have these talking points. The next thing that I like so much about all this stuff being connected but not really connected at the same time is you can have Stargirl do her own thing, but can cross over, but doesn't have to. You know what I mean? You don't
Hmm.
already. One of the main problems, like right now, we'll talk about it in WandaVision is, yo, where's the Avengers at? This woman's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Um, and but with like for example, or let's stick with Stargirl. Like you can't be like, yo, where's Superman at? You know what I'm saying? Because right now there is no Superman in this world. But she can be like, yo, I'm about to go nab this dude over here. Because Superman and Lois is coming out. So that's cool. So all this being connected but on multiple Earths and them knowing about each other is a cool thing. And also you can enjoy it more. So you don't have to pick sides essentially because you never know what can happen. For example, uh finally the Flash is finally getting made after like years and years of development hell that's been happening, right? So you have Ezra Miller the Flash. His Flash is coming. You never know if Grant Gustin going to run in there. We already know Michael Keaton is coming back. We already know Ben Affleck is coming back. I don't think Christian Bale is coming back. I don't think that happened. But we got a Bruce Wayne in Titans. He might show up. You know what I'm saying? You never know who will show up and who will do it. So knowing that these people can come in, but isn't like obligated, and we're not asking. It's not that's nice to know. And I do, even though I do want Robert Pattinson Batman to stay his own thing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I kind of want him to stay his own thing. Um, but it's nice to know that um, it's all one big like universe, and all these Earths are just around.
Yeah, I think.
It's-
Oh, sorry, man.
no, go ahead.
Um, I think in the past, like studios were reluctant to share like movies and TV, like big screen with small screen. They didn't
Hmm.
want that to cross over because they don't think we're smart enough to separate or to
Right, right.
they were doing the thinking for us where they thought that we can't have a Batman in the big screen and a small screen Batman.
Hmm.
And I think they're finally realizing that we're okay with that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like we're okay with three flashes. I don't care. Like
Hmm.
I'm okay with like, having three, four Batmans out there. And if two of them meet, that's fine.
Right.
I think they're finally coming to terms with that part of it and they can and I think what it is like they realize they can make more money.
Oh yeah, more money, more viewership.
Exactly.
For
So
viewership and because of the titles as well too.
yeah, but they're willing to share now, like
Yeah.
Hmm.
for a long time they didn't want to put Superman on the small screen.
Right.
Like Smallville took like 10 years to get him to wear the suit for 5 minutes.
Right, yeah. And Superman and Lois been getting great reviews too. It's been
Yeah.
getting great reviews for so I'll probably check that out. We all probably will check that
Yeah,
out.
like they made peace with it. They're like, cool, we can have small screen Superman and big screen Superman. It's fine.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Hopefully they don't forget about big screen Superman. But yeah.
Yeah.
True on that one. And then on top of that, I mean, it tells a lot of different tells a lot of different stories. So, like you mentioned with the multiple Batmans, right? It's kind of like they're strategically putting it in there, and they want to tell a completely different story of it for you to understand one way or another. But it's I feel like it's an open book as well too, because you might see, like you said, see those Batmans come and meet. They could tell a story of Batman Beyond with one of the
y-
Batmans that they're talking about as well too. There's
Yeah.
so many ways on how they can go with it based off of everything that they said.
I just got
Um,
excited.
you see what I'm saying? So like
Hmm.
the I think the Robert Patterson one that you were talking about, Damo, it's the
Hmm.
same thing. Like I'm kind of seeing it as like he's a young Batman, right?
Yeah, year two.
So
Year two.
yeah, year two. What if we get that experience to where another one in a multiverse or a multi-universe or whatever meet him and they're like, hey, let's work together. And he's like, okay, cool, Batman Beyond. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You,
Like mind blown on some theories like that. But who knows? Who knows what
you,
could happen as long as they I'm sorry, I'll let you
no, 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 no.
as
Keep going, keep
long
going.
as long as they're open, like you mentioned her, to giving us, listening to us, like filling us out, stop holding back on some stuff. Like the more they're gonna get money, they're gonna get viewers, and we're gonna be interested. We're invested.
You know, one of the
Yeah.
best parts that came to mind when you was talking about like multiple Batmans, you know how Robert Pattinson year two is
Yeah,
we can get the journey of him in year two, right? We can
there
get
you
the
go.
journey of and and you don't have to speed up his process. Make the movies that who's the director? I can't think of the director's name. It's bugging me right now. Um, but the director Matt Reeves, boom.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
allow Matt Reeves to make year two, year three, and then you can have Michael Keaton way in the future, but we can still see the progress of how he is and how he is. And then, like you said, Michael Keaton gonna be an older Batman. Maybe he brings in Batman Beyond. Maybe it's a girl version of Batman Beyond. It doesn't have to be Terry McGinnis. Maybe it's uh his granddaughter Dick Grayson's daughter or something. She might become Batgirl or something. And he's training her or something along those lines. So for me, it makes it more exciting because now the possibilities are endless, right? So
Yeah.
we don't have to get rid of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman to be like for Robert Pattinson to be like to fly by Themyscira and see some girl looking up like, yo, who are you, dog? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing over here? We don't have to actually get rid of Henry Cavill to enjoy Tyler Hoechlin. from the CW.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
don't have to get rid of these characters or make these characters seem like they're less than to up someone else, right? Like we always do
Mhm.
that. We do it in sports a lot. This player is so good because this player isn't. Like you can appreciate all the characters in one, and because that's what the multiverse is. It's just a crazy, like Brandon could be flying airplanes. Herb could be a cook. I don't know. We can all be these different things in the multiverse because that's what it is. It's us at different parts of our lives. If you've
Mhm.
seen Flash in a TV show, you see it. You read the
Yeah.
comics, you see
We
it.
know what it is. We don't, you know,
Yeah.
we're not dumb.
Right, right.
And you can
So,
separate the two and still enjoy
Yeah.
the entertainment.
oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And
Like, cause
with all that said, I mean, I still don't want like I don't want it to be like fan service where like they're just like we're just gonna put it in there to shut you guys up.
hmm
I'm like, no, just like I still want like cohesive stories. I don't want fan service. I was never a fan of them just like limiting themselves.
Right.
And that's what they did
100%.
for years. They limit themselves, and I was like, you do whatever you want as long as you're doing it right.
So
Yep.
speaking of fan service, it's gonna be the last time we talk about this. All right, the Snyder Cut. All right,
That's fan service.
Brandon, I want who you telling? So I want to ask you this question because I want your opinion first, and I want you to really like go all in on how you feel about this. A couple questions. Number one, do you believe that the Snyder Cut is a new movie, or do you think this is just like an extension of what we already saw? Like that was a preview. This is the big thing. Are you excited for it, and is it even necessary? What's your like opinion about the Snyder Cut?
Are those all of the questions?
Uh, for now, yes,
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Me personally, I'm excited for the Snyder Cut.
okay,
Reason being is I'm gonna take it back to Batman vs Superman. Came out in theaters, trash. When you added that extended cut, that extra 30 to 35 minutes, it put the whole theatrical version into play.
hmm,
And now I'm like, I understand that. You're taking a movie like Justice League, Snyder Cut, like we're looking into the eyes and edited of the person who originally was supposed to do this movie. We're not taking someone else's ideas, sprinkling five other people's ideas and putting it into one and making that trash movie that just came out not too long ago. We're putting that one person who said, "This is my ideas, this is what I wanted. I'm putting it in. I'm adding backstory." Not only that, it's not going to be in theaters. It's going to be on an app. So they can make it 5 hours and we're still going to watch it. But they're making it 4. And I appreciate it.
it
They
will be in
deserve credit.
theaters that can't get HBO Max. There's a intermission though. Keep going.
That's perfectly fine. I mean, even in that, people will still go see that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is necessary. To me, it's 100% necessary. If you're a huge fan of the DC world, DC Comics, and if you really saw the potential in that movie for what it is, I just have a strong confidence knowing that this Snyder cut is about to be so crazy, so fire. Like we will see everything that we wanted to see from the original movie that came out. That's my
Hmm.
Well,
piece.
I just read this right now because I was looking it up, and the cinematographer for the movie said that Josh Whedon only used 10% of the Snyder film.
Right.
So, do you think we're gonna get a different movie if the guy only used 10%? We're getting a different movie.
Okay.
100%. We're still getting a different movie.
Yeah, like if we only use 10% of what Snyder shot, we're getting a completely different movie.
Hmm.
100%.
By the way, if you haven't seen the newest Snyder Cut trailer, go to Scar Entertainment Inc. on Instagram. You'll see it there. Selfish plug. I was very hesitant about this for many reasons because I'm a very fortunate when it comes to women. Other than that, I'm very like, let's move on, right? Let's move on. Let's see what the new thing is. Yeah, Brandon know what I'm talking about. Let's move on, right? Um,
Yeah, you're like, hold on, I'm gonna cut in because this is fun for me. This is where I live, man. Um, you're sort of like you're like just like shut up and move on. Like this is what you get. What you get. All right. You get one piece of bread and you get one bowl of soup, and you're done. Just be glad that's what you got. That's who you are.
You
Get
know,
what you get.
because my thing is look, people enjoyed it, people didn't enjoy it, right? But this is a cul-de-sac movie, is what they're talking about, and I'm very big on let the movie live on what the movie. I'm not big on well, this movie said this, so it changes this movie. No, it doesn't. The movie is still the movie, but this movie for me, the Zack Snyder stuff, the Warner Brothers stuff, everybody for me should have just moved on. But I will say the latest trailer did get me really excited, so I kind of changed my tune around that because
That's
Dark.
showing growth, Dom. I like it.
I have my
How do
moment.
you, man?
Dark Side to me is the greatest like big bad in any world because he's unstoppable. Um, to see him, to I think there's a picture with Granny Goodness that I might put up later when I edit this video. Um, so like to see what's coming, to see what wasn't used, to see the little extra stuff they used with the Joker with Jared Leto, um, and the nightmare stuff looks very interesting. So I'm very interested, even if it's a cul-de-sac and we all have HBO Max, so we can and this isn't just something that you throw away. We can enjoy it. 4 hours, drink our juice, get some food, or drink your little adult drink or whatever you want to do.
Well, this is the thing that we keep saying is, dude, just make it, put it out because we'll watch it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like, if they
yeah.
got tons of footage out there, like it just goes into a vault. I mean, like, why? We'll
No, that's
watch
true.
it. Like, that's why they make extended cuts, director's cuts, criterion cuts, because we'll watch it. So I always wanted this out. Why
Yeah,
not?
It's interesting. It's interesting. And on top of
Yeah.
that, what else we got to watch at this very moment? They're putting it out at the perfect time. And I feel like it's the perfect segue into exactly what they're going to do in the first place. So, by all
Exactly.
means, you're either closing, you're filling a void that we've been filling for years since you put out the Justice League, and you're closing that door, or you're opening up a completely new door that's going to be transitioning into the next phase.
Eh,
Now, with that being said, yes, Dominic.
no, no, keep going, keep going.
With that being said, I want to transition into another segue. I want to transition into another world. But before I do that, is there anything else that we need to say about DC?
I already said this Jay Garrick thing. Go watch Black Lightning, man. This is the last season. That show is amazing. If you haven't watched it, go catch up on Netflix or something. Shout out to those
Man,
actors because that show is so amazing, and it's nice to see again African Americans really doing it big, and Black Lightning as a character is so awesome. If you watch the Young Justice cartoons, they put uh if I believe right, they made Black Lightning the leader of Just League, which is awesome. So um go watch that. Go watch some shows. A photo of the new Aquaman cartoon just came out today. That was cool. Put that up real quick. Maybe. No, I'm playing. I'll put that up real quick. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Herb, you got anything to say about DC?
Yeah, if anybody's not watching the DC movies, the animated movies, you should because they are amazing.
on that note, I was actually supposed to bring that up too because I'm just going to say that really quickly. We've already been seeing multiple versions of every other character, different backgrounds, different stories from those animated movies as well too. So he's right. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. It's pretty much it's pretty much going to be the same thing as what we're watching the live version versus TV version and all that kind of stuff. But I love DC for putting those movies out because it's more graphic and more adult like. So go check that out,
Yeah.
Yeah,
y'all. But
if you need me to sell it, let me tell you this: they don't hold back.
Do
not at
not
all.
do not start with Superman and Man of Tomorrow. That's a whole new universe that they're starting over with. Do not start
All
that.
right,
Start with Justice League.
there you go. Cool. So, like I said in this transition, because the last thing I said is there could be a segue, it could be a closed door or an open door to something new. We're gonna go to Marvel, and
Woo-hoo!
we go straight into WandaVision. So, um, man,
Wanda.
this Wanda, what the heck is she doing now? So, I want to start off My thoughts on this show. So the first few episodes, I was confused. Pretty sure everybody was. And by the third episode, I'm like, if they don't fix it by the fourth, they lost me. I'm done.
I was
And
frustrated. I was very
I was
frustrated.
so mad. Like
Yeah.
third episode, I'm just like, come on now. If next week is the same, I'm done. Fast forward, episode 4, 5, 6, it just keeps getting better and
Yo.
better and better and better and better. So, first, how do y'all feel about this? And I just want to say, spoiler alert, if you have not watched anything, stop this video, go watch it right now, then come back because we're about to spill the beans.
He
What's
is
up, Herb? How do you feel about that, man?
he is
Sorry,
correct, by
dog.
the way. No, he is correct, by the way. If you ain't watch it, go watch it, then come
Yeah.
back.
Oh well. I mean, we are gonna talk about Wanda like when it first came out, but we were so frustrated in a way,
Yeah.
confused at first. We were confused at first, and
Yeah,
then we were frustrated. I mean, I know I was,
yeah.
Mhm.
and now we're 100% in. So, um, what's the question again?
just
I'm saying, how do you feel? Like, how do you feel now? Now that you're in, man,
Oh no, I mean it's
spill the
amazing.
beans.
It's it's amazing. Quicksilver, not Quicksilver. Mhm.
Question mark.
Um, like what? And just to go into a little bit of things, I I like Easter eggs, but I don't like an entire show just based on like speculations and Easter eggs and like things. And that's what those first three episodes were. We're just like a bunch of like here's things you can solve, but nothing was really happening.
Yeah,
Like
Mhm.
I
pay
love
attention.
random things. I like a picture in the back that's like of something that might make you think something, but I need the show to be good. And I didn't feel like the show was going that way, and it was really frustrating. But it all pays off. So
100%.
I'm glad I stuck with it, and so much is happening. So much.
So much. Dabo, how do
Mission.
you feel, man?
So as someone who's been called a DC guy by some people in the past couple years or so, um, um, Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch is one of my favorite characters in any medium. Period. I love the character.
More the
Um,
Batman?
no,
All right.
no.
Hey, all
I
right
said
now.
Wanda, calm down.
We on record right now. You better calm down with your
No,
words.
no. Batman's my favorite character, any medium. But the character, I love the character, and I love the family dynamic. The one thing that always bugged me about it's not entirely Marvel's fault because they didn't have the rights to X-Men. But one of the things that always bugged me was there's no Papa Magneto. You know what I'm saying? And it really irked my nerve. But the character Elizabeth Olsen, by the way, is amazing as this character. She's doing
Yeah,
a
but just
job.
to say this, even though the episodes were frustrating, the first three episodes were frustrating. The acting is amazing.
Yes, yes.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like her acting was on point, and it
Her and
was
Paul
great.
Bettany.
Yeah, they were like everyone involved in the show. Like the acting is top notch.
It's
100%.
it's really it's really amazing to watch Elizabeth Olsen as the youngest Olsen twin, and you'll think, damn, where'd she come from? And she's been in other stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like watching her grow as from Age of Ultron to now, it's just amazing. I love the show now, right? The show's amazing. The first three episodes, the same as Brandon. I'm like, yo, if WandaVision wasn't in front of this, I would have stopped because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't grasp it. And then the fourth coming in, my small mind, whatever you want to call me, understand what's going on, and it keeps pushing it, and it keeps pushing it, and it keeps pushing it. And I'm like, man, I can't wait. Like I gotta be at work at 12:30 in the morning. It comes out at 12. Sometimes I just want to wake up and be like, yo, I'm gonna be late to work. Um, I can't, but like the show is to me is
Yeah.
so good. And we were talking about earlier, Brandon mentioned filling the void. This is filling such a big void that of comic shows. Yes, more stuff is coming back slowly, but this was one of the first ones. So watching this show is so nice, and the fact that it's good, the fact that stuff is happening, and on top of what Herb was saying, there's Easter eggs, on top of theories, on top of the rumors. Like it's so nice to have this
Yeah, I'm totally cool with the Easter eggs now that the show's got like it's
meat.
just
Gain
going.
some traction.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like now I'm all like, whatever, drop in whatever you want. Do a little side comment. It's all good because the show is amazing.
I appreciate one thing about this show. That's just 100%. Everybody is involved in that show.
What do you mean?
I don't. No matter who I talk to,
Oh,
WandaVision. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on that. Yeah, I'm about to watch that. I was on episode 1 and 2, and it's like, yo, finish. And then as they keep watching, they're like, yo, this show is crazy. This show is good. It's just like the Marvel movies. Everybody, you're getting people who's just fan of entertainment coming to just watch this show.
yeah.
They're asking if not already have somebody else's or their own DC or Disney Plus, and they're just like, yo, let me let me check this show out. Also, fun fact as well too, you can have a watch party on the Disney app as well too.
What?
Start it off, send it out to anybody else who may have the app, and all of y'all can watch it, rewind it, react to it live. Um, Me and my brother, we tested it out, and it was pretty awesome. So so you can now watch it, no matter where you are with friends and family. I thought that was really awesome. But everybody's watching it.
We
Everybody.
we might have to do a watch party for the last episode before we film. We might have to do that.
Before, that's perfectly fine with me.
We might have to do that.
So, and then I'm also loving the fact that this is because I don't rewatch TV shows. I'm sorry, I just don't. If I watch it once, I'm solid. I go and rewatch this just to be sure that I missed anything, and then I watch theories on it. That usually is another 30-minute movie or 30-minute video on YouTube, and then I sometimes go back and watch it, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. So this is crazy. So like, is anybody else experiencing this as well too? I'm gonna start with you, Damo. Do you
You know,
experience?
what's I feel like such a hypocrite. So if anybody's been watching this, don't know, me and Brandon are cousins, right? So we grew up together. Um, and one thing, especially when it comes to these Marvel movies, a lot of people throw out these crazy theories. I'm like, Brandon, that makes no sense. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yo, I got so many crazy stuff up here. You don't even know stuff that makes no sense, yo. Just no sense. I
Oh,
mean,
like I don't got theories.
yo, but like Brandon can tell everybody, yo. I'm always like, yo, come
I
on,
think
man.
Wanda shot JFK.
Yo, that's man funny.
Hey, in this universe, who knows? Who
Yo,
knows what she did in
I'm
her lifetime?
well. Speaking of shot JFK, I think Magneto is coming. I think Magneto is coming. I
I didn't
think
even think about that. Remember,
yeah,
Magneto shot JFK.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Magneto is coming. But Herb, before I get into my theories, I need to go get my charger. So I personally will be on standby. Herb, you tell everybody your theories, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so now the Dom's not here. I hate the
Party.
show.
The
The
party
show's
started.
terrible. I'm just pretending to like the show so Dom can just talk about it.
The party has started.
Anyway, just kidding. I
No
love the show.
push. No, I'm just playing. Let's do
No,
it.
so here, Brandon, this is my theory. I think
What's up?
Wanda in her little world that she's created, somehow she managed to activate the X gene. So
Hmm.
she's not creating X-Men because they exist, but I think she's awakening the X gene in certain people, and that's how they're going to introduce X-Men into the Marvel universe.
Okay, I see
So
that. And
that's
you
my
think that
theory.
you think
Because
that the first one started with the agent, Shield agent, old girl. I can't think of her name right now.
yeah, but because Wanda gets her powers from the Soul Stone, right?
Yep.
And I think the reason why she was able to get powers from the Soul Stone and some other people the experiments didn't take is because she has the X gene because her dad.
There you go. So
He
do you
stole my
think
theory. He stole my theory, everybody. No, I'm just
I didn't steal your theory. It's
kidding.
my
no?
theory.
So like even with that, right? So that's what they're saying. They got her. She got her powers from this stone.
Hmm.
Now, now, do you believe through this transition, like you mentioned, the X gene, that story is voided out completely? Now that we're seeing characters from the Fox movies, like the Quicksilver, Pietro, um, do you think that they're just gonna forget about the story that they tried to tell previously, pretty much Age of Ultron, and just create a completely new backstory?
Well, yeah. Uh, this well, Pietro's is not Pietro's. I
hundred
don't.
percent. Well, yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
that.
think this guy is a one of the bad guys, and he
Mm-hmm,
just came in the form of Pietro's because he's so self-aware.
mm-hmm,
He's not like everyone else who's living in this like they don't know what's happening. He
mm-hmm,
100% knows what's happening.
mm-hmm.
Like he's like, where'd you get the kids from? Everybody else just
Man, that part was
like
crazy.
or how you doing this? Where'd you have all of the kids? Like he knows everything. Even before he was there, he
Hmm.
wasn't in the show. He knows things that happen. He knows Vision is dead. So clearly this guy's been there from the beginning, and he is not her brother or Pietro's. I think he's one of the bad guys that's
Okay,
been watching. So
100%.
so he has nothing to do with the Ultron and all that story, I don't think.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. I don't think there's anything to scrap from what happened in the past.
Okay.
So
And
Okay.
to answer your question too, I don't think, I think, let's say this is true. I don't know what her was going, but like let's say um there are mutants. They're in hiding, right? Let's just go with that, right? They're in Genosha. I don't know. If you don't know Genosha, Genosha is Magneto Island that he has for a bunch of mutants. Okay, let's say
Hmm.
they're all on Genosha, whatever. And somehow she went to she had like she was with adopted parents. You said you don't have to take away from what they said in the past to still have something else that's going, because that those experiences still happen to her. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
still
one
grew
Hundred
up with
percent.
certain parents. You add on to the story. Now, chances are none of this is correct, right? It can be highly possible that none of this stuff is correct and it doesn't matter. But again, my theory is like her. People with the X gene are in this bubble are going to get the powers. She has X gene. Her father is Magneto. Like I'm so excited for the X Men, and I'm hoping. So Paul Bettany has an actor that is a big cameo role where a guy he's always wanted to work with, a guy that's supposed to be like the Luke Skywalker from Mandalorian. Yo, if Michael Fassbender shows up, you can't tell me nothing, and I'm gonna freak my itch, yo. Or who's the other one? Who's the older guy?
Ian,
Ian McKellen. If one of you don't even gotta have the actor, yo. Even though that would make sense, actor there. I just need a helmet. Don't have a helmet pop up, yo. Don't have a helmet pop up, yo. Or uh, or I don't even have a wheelchair in this show where I'm freaking out. You know what I'm saying? Like
This
don't
guy.
don't give me a wheelchair. So like
so
the
I
great. Hmm?
yeah, like I don't think she's gonna create the X-Men like
Yeah,
all of the
yeah,
mutants in the world, but this is the way they're gonna bring it in, like so they don't just like give you here's the X-Men. Like
right.
they're just gonna slowly feed you.
So bringing it in and bringing it all together, right? Because this is supposed to be phase two of the entire, Marvel universe. It's phase four. I'm sorry.
Pay
There's
for.
way too many phases, but it's a whole new decade. Let me just
Yeah,
go there
yeah.
of Marvel where they could tell a completely different story, building up to one crazy story, right? Just like how the last one started with Iron Man, worked its way up to Endgame. So how do y'all feel? Because we have a few movies coming out. There's plenty of theories, especially now that Fox has been bought out by the Mickey Mouse,
Hmm.
and and that's why we're having and we're so excited for these crossovers, talking about Magneto and the X Men being a part of this universe. How do you feel, especially in the near future? Right, we're looking at all of the characters and storylines that could possibly tie into WandaVision. Spider Man, that is confirmed. Doctor Strange, that has been talked about. Fantastic Four, that has been hinted with
Hmm.
Reed Richards,
Hmm.
right? Another theory, I just want to go into another theory is that Reed Richards is that agent's contact and she's about to go meet up with him. It could either be Reed or it could either be that the alien that in the Captain Marvel movie that she befriended when she was a kid.
Hmm.
So
One of the
those are the two
crews.
theories, but my biggest thing will be that Reed Richards. So her
Hmm.
everything that I just said, how do you feel like WandaVision? Let's start off with this. WandaVision, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. How do you feel like and potentially Fantastic Four tying into this storyline?
Huh. That's kind of a big ask. Well, like let me see. For one thing's for sure is that they are moving a lot faster than they were back in the days, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they have a better plan and vision of everything, and like small TV show tying into the big movies.
Hmm.
Uh, I think Wanda can't. It's so much. So clearly, Doctor Strange can go into different universes,
Hmm.
right? And I think Wanda is one of those people too that can travel through multiverses.
I don't know if she can travel. She can open. I don't know if she can
She,
She
travel.
can open.
well, and stay conscious and hold everything together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, she's very aware of all of this,
100%.
and I don't know how it would tie into Spider-Man though. I'm like, I don't know. Dom, do you have any theories? Because I'm kind of
Well, so with the because this is all Kevin Feige has said that WandaVision, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange is one connected story, correct? So and it's a Doctor Strange is a multiverse of madness. Well, we are getting Jamie Foxx as Electro back.
Electro.
We are getting
oh, that's right.
Alfred Molina from the second Spider-Man, I believe, as Doc Ock
Dr. Ock.
back. So those are two people that will come. There are rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield supposed to be in the new Spider-Man. I don't know how truthful that is. There's no confirmed, but so those are somehow in WandaVision something will be open at the end of WandaVision. Something will be open because I don't
You think that hexagon's going to create chaos?
I think so because I don't think we see Wanda until Doctor Strange 2. I don't think she's in Spider-Man. But Doctor Strange is in Spider-Man. And you never know. Doctor Strange might be at the end of WandaVision. So because these stories connect, because you have um these huge entities that can open these portals, it can go anywhere. Also, what I want people to realize is this might be the last time we see Spider-Man. So
Hmm.
because Marvel doesn't own the movie rights to Spider-Man. Sony still does. I think it's Sony, right?
Yeah.
So Wanda could flip out and send him back somewhere and go hang out with Venom and go hang out with Jared Leto's vampire character over there, you know? Um
Yeah.
so that's those a lot of those theories are what can happen. What I believe, I don't know much like I don't know how the Spider-Man one is the one that's hard for me to understand where it's going to go. But I do believe
Hmm.
she opens the portal, she becomes a villain, and Doctor Strange has to close the portal.
Yeah. What's it's funny is that we can easily see how Doctor Strange and Wanda can connect and have a multiverse, and the one that's like clearly going to have one is Spider Man, and we can't connect the dots.
Right? Because technically, WandaVision hasn't had a multiverse at all. We're just
Yeah,
speculating. Doctor
exactly.
Strange,
But somehow it makes more sense, and we can't like completely understand the one that they're like straight up telling us, yeah, we're going to bring all these people because we're going to have all kinds of crazy shit happen.
yeah,
So what could potentially happen? Because we are seeing is that she's changing reality the way that she wants it to.
mm-hmm,
She doesn't know how she's doing it. She doesn't even know how to control it. But she knows that in the midst of her emotions, she can change anything that she wants around her. So maybe one time she just doesn't know the limit, tears a hole in some reality,
time and space.
in
Yeah,
time and space, however that could be. And you got Doctor Strange coming in saying, "Cool your jets,"
right,
and
right,
like chill for a second. I'm coming in and I'm about to help out. And she's probably like, "You cannot stop me," in her Sokovian accent. And then Doctor
right.
Strange is like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know. You feel me? So, but yeah, the whole Spider-Man situation, that'll be fun to see. And I just want to shout out Sony, and we appreciate, but also dislike the fact that you have the rights to Spider-Man, but we appreciate you allowing Marvel to use that storyline.
Sony, give it. Sony, take it.
Give us Sony.
Because Sony, 'cause what a lot of people don't
Give
realize,
us Spider-Man.
what a lot of people don't realize is Sony at any point can be like, "Yo, you're done."
Yeah.
Yes.
They and Kevin Feige and Marvel gonna be like, "There you
Okay.
go."
Well,
Yeah,
last last time before the Homecoming came out, I think Sony was going to take Spider-Man back,
yeah, they were.
and there was a
Hmm.
bit of a struggle there. And the minute that news came out, their stock dropped.
Right.
because they can't put together a good Spider-Man movie, and we know that Marvel can put together good movies. So I think fans just kind of revolted against Sony. So they're kind of they might want their stuff back, but they also know what they got.
Right.
Hmm.
By
That
the way,
partnership.
we talking about animated movies with DC. Look, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
Hmm.
And maybe they should just
Stick with
stick to
that.
making animations.
Yeah.
That it was
Which is
amazing,
fine. We could get more Miles Morales. I'm perfectly fine with that Spider
right?
Man.
Um,
So, but going on to it because we are still on the WandaVision, Spider Man 3, Doctor Strange, the multiverse of madness. That's what they're kind of calling it right now. In a sense, the WandaVision creator Jack Schaefer, he did touch on it a little bit, pretty much stating that there's communication, and it's all overseen by Marvel, by Kevin Feige. And with all of the producers and writers in row, they know exactly what they need to do in order to connect everything that works. So, with Kevin Feige still being in charge, all of the teams, they know exactly what's going on. I'm excited. I already know we're in great hands. There's even more movies that's not even connected to this, but that's going to stem from this that I'm more excited about. Um, I'm just going to throw one out there, Blade. you know,
Yeah.
um,
I
super
love
excited,
Blade.
super excited to see him back out there, especially with the actor. I can't think of his name right now, but I loved him.
It's a
um,
Holly.
Marsh, Marshall Ali, something like that.
Him, appreciate him and everything that he's done in previous things that I've seen him in. So, him being in this role is amazing. Even with the Wesley Snipes, trilogy was amazing. People hated it. I loved it. I grew up on those things, man. So,
Yeah, scared the hell out of
um,
me.
man, growing up, but number two was like my all-time favorite. Number
Three
three,
was
eh.
They had my boy Triple H in there though. Shout
They
out.
did, and he still got whooped. Anyway, so with all that being said, I'm excited to see where they're going into the next phase. Um, Damo, last words, and then Herb, last words. That was already my last words.
So with this isn't just about WandaVision because you brought up Blade. With Moon Knight coming, that's gonna be huge with like the horror element, right? And then
Uh,
one thing that we have to realize is and be happy about is Ike Perlmutter. If anybody don't remember him, he was just a big douche that Kevin Feige hated working with. He was essentially in
mhm.
charge of their TV division. And with him being gone, that's why we're able to have WandaVision. That's why we're able to have Moon Knight and Falcon and Winter Soldier that's coming and Hawkeye. So with him being gone and with Kevin Feige really stepping up and be like, all right, now I can connect these two because he never really wanted to connect Agents of Shield, right? That's kind of why they eventually went on their own path and did God knows what. But
I can tell you, I watched the whole thing.
nah, we don't need to talk about that. No, we don't need to talk about that show. Um, so with Kevin Feige now getting in charge of the TV portion, and with him still gradually going with the multiverse and doing everything, it's so nice to have what we're getting, right? What we're getting is amazing. I'm loving WandaVision. I am like you said, we can get Reed Richards tonight if people watch it. We can even get Hank McCoy um from the X-Men come in. Who knows? It could be a random character we ain't even thought about yet, right? So there's so many options and with this being so good and with the theories out there being so good, it makes us pumped. It gives us more. And I feel like with everything that happened last year, um, shout out to Black Panther, by the way, because he's been talked about. With everything that happened in 2020, it's nice to have these conversations. It's nice to be able to be on with you two because we were supposed to start this early last year, and with the pandemic and now we're starting to get stuff being talked about. This now, WandaVision, Spider Man, and Doctor Strange, it's just nice to see. It's nice to talk about. It's nice to have theories. And it's nice to change and be on the up and up.
100%. Herb, how you feeling, man?
All of that Dom said, and I feel like we're getting into like the pandemic's still going strong and it sucks and it blows, but
Mm-hmm.
I think things are starting to come out, not just for Marvel and DC, but like, we got Mortal Kombat coming out, Kong versus Godzilla. Like, we're getting things again,
Mm-hmm.
and we're getting them at home, so we don't, go out there and expose ourselves more than we need to.
By the way, if you can go to the movie theaters and you want to go, just wear a mask and go do you.
Yeah, I'm not judging.
Be safe.
Yeah, but I feel like we're getting some sense of normalcy from the things that we love, the things that we grew up with. I mean, the reason why we're talking about this is because we love this stuff. Someone else might be a passive fan of movies, or like they just enjoy a good movie. Everyone loves a good movie, but we're I don't think we're like fanatics, and like we're not insane like watching a movie like a half speed just to see something.
Yeah,
We're not those people, but we do watch everything and we enjoy like 90% of the stuff we watch. I mean, I'll even watch a
100%.
bad
Yeah.
movie because I just enjoy watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give a bad TV show a try and watch a whole season because we enjoy this, and I think we're getting that back.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think it's great that things are rolling and we're getting quality.
yeah.
That is true. That is true.
That's
We're
my statement. I'll put a stamp on that.
By the
there we
way,
go.
again, if you want to watch the new Mortal Kombat trailer that came out today, which probably gonna be tomorrow because that's when the video probably gonna go out. You can go on Scar Entertainment Inc. on Instagram and watch that too.
And it's amazing and it's a little gory.
It is awesome. Let's just say
Yeah,
that. It's video game in person, and I love it. Rated R, Mortal Kombat.
get over here.
Get over here.
It's so good.
This thing is crazy. So, man, that was a lot. And I actually appreciate this video because we got a chance to talk about a lot of the things that, like y'all said, we couldn't talk about for a while. So it's kind of good and refreshing to talk about something other than football, sports, even though hey, we love it. Can't get enough of it. I really personally wish that football season didn't end. But
Go talk.
it's gonna the way it is now, it'll be here
Yeah.
before we know it. Basketball is still going on, but we're just excited that this is going on as well too. Another form of entertainment. So appreciate y'all for setting that time aside to coming on, getting this video going, and thank you all for watching and listening.
Thank you.
By the way, we will have a we will have a podcast version finally out. So if you aren't listening on YouTube, shout out our podcast, give us 5 stars, or wherever you're watching this.
Yeah, you can listen to us. You don't have to stare at our ugly mugs.
Yeah, especially because my beard not acting right today. Thank y'all for watching. Truly, like Brandon would say, we appreciate you guys for watching. For the people that are watching, and I know for me personally, you can ask her, yeah, you can ask Brandon. I've really been trying to have this multiverse conversation for a while now. So now that's out the way, we can actually start having other stuff because my mind's been flooded with that. Again, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share this video. Tell your mama, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, your mistress, your Sancho, your dogs, your neighbors, yeah, your cat.
Dang.
Shout out to Regina. This is our video.
Man, it's only up. It only goes up from here, y'all.
Yep.
So just keep on watching, and we got y'all.
We're
Let's
gonna
do
have movie reviews. We're gonna have WandaVision 4 when that come out, or the last episode. We might have a watch party. We're gonna have a discussion about that. So yeah, we'll be having a bunch of stuff coming out soon. We'll see
And
y'all
these
later.
last 2 episodes are an hour long on WandaVision. I'm excited. I'm staying up tonight to watch that. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Hey.